Yesterday's exit ticket was definitely challenging and was asking us to simplify expressions that had different terms and variables. What I want to go over before we start today's lesson is what it means to simplify. So, the first thing to think about is that when we're simplifying an expression, what we're doing is we are combining terms that have the same variable. And so we would want to look at all of our whole numbers, all of our variables, and combine anything that we can combine. One strategy that I find really helpful is to mark up using almost a special symbol all the same terms. So, for example, I'm going to go through and find the variables that are the same and mark them up in the same way. So I have z as one variable. I'm going to underline all of the terms that include z. So I have 7z, then minus z, and plus 4z. Then I'm going to go through to find my other variable. I have one term that has g. I'm going to box this. There are no other terms with g, so there's nothing else for me to box. And then lastly, I have two terms that have constants or whole numbers. So I'm going to circle those. So I'm going to circle 16 and I'm going to circle 10, although I want to notice that it's minus 10. Now I want to think about how I can combine any of the terms that are the same. So for example, I have two terms that include whole numbers, 16 and 10. So I'm going to combine those. I'm just going to show that I'm combining them like this. Now remember that if I have the minus sign, I have to take that away. So 16 minus 10 would give me 6. Next, I'm going to combine my terms that have the z's. So I have 1, 2, and a third term that includes z. 7z minus z would be 6z plus 4z. That's going to be 10z. So I'm going to add my 10z. A little messy, but that's 10z, not 16z, and not 102. And then lastly, I have my final term, 3g. I don't have to change it because I'm not combining it with any other variables or any other terms that have g. So plus 3g. So what I would encourage you to do is when you're combining terms, write it down. I know that we're doing work on the computer, but write it on paper or a slate and then code the terms. So go through and circle, underline, box, or use different colors so that you can notice all of the terms that you can combine because they are the same.